When my great-grandfather decided to create this family tradition where the eldest son of each generation had to do some sort of rite of passage by going on a life-changing journey,
Okay.
he was specifically vague about it, and I understand why now.
Okay.
Riding and taking care of horses 24/7 for weeks and months at a time has taught me an incredible amount of lessons. I've made many mistakes, and I'll probably make them a couple times just to make sure I don't forget them.
Bruh.
As important, if not more important than the travel by horseback, is the people I meet along the way.
Wait a minute!
The cattle ranchers, the day workers, the rodeo cowboys, the farmers, the sheepmen, the hippies, the ever-chosen Janes, the rich and poor folks, the veterans, the Baptists, the Methodists, the Mormons, the naturalists, the atheists, the drunks, the freaks, the ex-convicts, and everything in between.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no.
And because of this realization, I've decided to skip New Mexico and Colorado and go straight to Wyoming. And spend a little bit less time in the saddle, a little bit more time experiencing life the way you do it.
Do it! Just do it!
So my brother came out and helped me transport these 2 horses and all my gear across 700 miles.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
And I really can't thank him enough. So if you see me on the side of the road, or on the back of a mountain, or even taking a dump behind a bush, don't be afraid, just say hi.
No! No! No!
My journey and the memories I make would not be possible without you. As my dad always told me in Dutch,
Look at this dude.
een brutaal mens heeft het halve wereld.
Say what?
Ta-da! Got him!
We finally got a good look at Pete untacked. When we got these photos, we did get a better look at Pete's body, but he still had that big saddle and saddle blanket on. But we got our first up-close, well-lit look at Pete in this little section of the video. He was only on camera for about a half a second, but you can still see how much his spine is showing here and how little top line he has. You can even see the muscle loss beginning at the top of his shoulder right here, as well as how much his spine is showing there right on his croup. When I first saw this picture and was inspecting Pete's body as best as I could, I zoomed in here to look at his haunch really good, and I actually thought that he might be a dun because it looks like he's got a dorsal stripe going down his haunches. But now, seeing this angle of that same location tells me that that was not a dorsal stripe I was seeing, it was severe shadowing from his spine being so exposed on his back and haunches. And then this part really showed me exactly what Pete looks like. I understand that Pete is an older horse, but that is not an excuse for this type of a body condition. You get a very clear shot of how ribby he is right here, and how much his hips are showing, and how concave his haunches really are. And again, back in this photo, you can see how sunken in his hips are. Like, I suspected how bad Pete's body condition was, but now seeing it so visibly in this recent video, I am more concerned about his well-being than Falcon's at this point. Because say what you want about the conditioning Falcon got, at least he got some. Pete literally was pulled out of wherever he was living and thrown into the middle of this mess, being more lame than Falcon was. Both of these horses deserve a life of luxury, living on a pasture, eating whatever they want all day long and never having to be ridden again at the end of this. The second part of this is just like my overall feelings right now. That whole video has created such a new level of frustration for me. I mean, once again, it's all about him, his journey, his memories, his life, his family's tradition that has now roped in these 2 innocent animals. And just his overall level of manipulation in this video has like skyrocketed. He's saying what he thinks sounds good, and to his supporters or anybody who might have been on the fence about this whole thing, it probably does sound good. Which is mostly where my new frustration comes from. Even though he literally admitted that he has made mistakes and is willing to make them again at the expense of his horses. He said that he's learned that it's about the people he meets, not riding the horses. Cool, Cyril. If that's the case, then stop riding.
So, all the way there is your house, I think. I don't even know how there's a road here. I don't think it's been used in a while. But damn, is it beautiful. Well, we are basically on top of the world. And we're going way over there. Way over there's a little town where we're going to be.
My old camp.
So you said you used to camp there for about 20 years?
Yeah. 20 years. I'll be there 5 months out of the year. I think it looks like the roof's caved in over it. Well, something's done wrong, yeah. It's probably. Yeah.
So I've refrained from making videos where I'm just talking to you guys, mostly because I've just been very busy, and we are waiting for someone to say, here he is right now. I have eyes on him. Call Ellie and the state animal welfare groups that we have lined up. And unfortunately, we get videos after the fact, and as much as it helps that we know the generalized location, it's not helping for us to know exactly where to send these groups. But besides that, we also got to see Falcon's condition without a saddle on. And I'll just show you the picture. As you can see, Falcon has lost even more top line. He's very ribby. Looks like he has no more fat reserves. Still has that little edema. And his neck has gotten incredibly thin. He's also still resting, gosh, that leg right there. In one video, okay, in 2 videos, okay, but the fact that he is continuously resting that same leg, it's telling us a lot. And I also just want to show you how his hips are clearly starting to be defined. So if you're in the Jackson, Wyoming area, please, please, please keep an eye out and immediately contact us, either me, Wes, or Marissa, at officialfalconexpress@gmail.com. Try to do it immediately when you get the spotting. That way we can send the appropriate groups out at the right time in order to get this guy off the road and these horses saved.